we talk about a few things, which is parasites, vampires, attachments, how they come in, and why they come in. So let's talk about that. So first, the truth is that everyone is sacred and holy, and we are a reflection of the universe, of the divine, of God. You know, everything is God, and everything is sacred, and everything is holy, and we're a reflection of that. And within ourselves, within our cellular structure, is that truth. And we exist here on planet Earth for the purpose of ascension. And ascension requires us on this plane to experience dual parts. So we have to experience one, we have to experience light to know what dark is, right? And through that awareness, we experience growth. There's a catalyst that happens, okay? So, for instance, we have to experience what we don't want to know what we do want. And it's just part of life here. And we can make that very challenging, or we can make that something that can happen swiftly once we understand why it's happening and how it's serving us. So, when something arises within us, okay, an emotion and a feeling that's being asked for growth, that's being asked for release, for healing, for the opposite of what you are feeling. So every emotion that arises is a negative emotion. It's showing us what we're trying to achieve. So if I'm feeling anger, right, I'm wanting to experience a greater level, a new plateau of passion. And that's how it works. And every emotion has a counterpart. It has its opposite, and that is highest to determine what that is for you. I do have a long list. This is something that Benta has developed and made, and I have that available for us, which I will share. I've got to pull it out of my books and translate it, but I have it. So when an emotion arises, and we don't want to feel that emotion, and we deny ourselves our healing, we go here. So this is the opportunity. We can come into our hearts, and we can surrender, release, and sink into it, and trust it, and know that it's our process. Or we can deny it here, and then it comes here to the mind, and then it creates a projection outward. And this projection outward is duality and creates drama in the 3D world. And this projection is now, it's serving us, okay? It's serving our makeup. It's serving us by showing us on the external realm what it is that's going on within us. So what happens is it creates a projection. Okay, it creates like a projection, and we can see everything externally. Now we have to be wise enough to know that what we are seeing externally is a reflection of ourselves. Okay, if we've missed the chance to surrender. Okay, and it's natural, because this is what's been going on for a very long time. It's very natural. It is a 3D realm. Okay, so if we're choosing to live and move into unity consciousness, then we stay in the heart. But if we've made it here, right, and it's in projection, we need to help our brothers and sisters by recognizing the projections, okay? We diffuse that by recognizing the projections. So important, so important. We recognize those things in ourselves. Say, for instance, I'm struggling with my mother, okay? And I am resisting the surrender inside of my heart to just love and accept what I'm experiencing from my mother. All right. And I go out into here and I create a projection. All right. When it can happen the other way around too. It can start with a projection because we're not having an awareness that we've resisted the surrender. Okay, so it can feel like it's just starting here in the projection. And so we project out, I project out, okay, and I see things about my mother that I am not loving and accepting about myself. She has become a beautiful mirror for me, okay, to see and help retrieve my own healing. All right. So then I know this. I know I can start to have an awareness because I have an awareness. Okay. I'm learning that these projections are just a reflection of what's going on inside of me. Okay. I can say, all right, I'm going to learn to love my mother, and the things that I don't like about my mother that I'm seeing right now, I'm going to fix inside of me. Okay. That's our responsibility. Now, the moment that I started doing that work is the moment my entire relationship with my mother shifted. It was an illusion about my mother. It was really about me. Okay? Now, if I were to blame my mother and I were to tell her she's this and that and all these types of things, right? I'm projecting my wounds of myself on my mother where they don't belong. She's loving me enough to entertain the idea, right? She's loving me enough, and there's growth in those things too. But this is not the highest way, and we need to make a decision as a tribe of how we are going to handle triggers collectively. Because living and supporting the illusion can be very damaging. And I'm going to tell you another reason why. So I'm going to get to the parasite part. So, when we are here and in this projection and totally believe, we're not having an awareness that we're not embodied, right? To know, okay, in the witness state, not in the witness state. So the witness state will say, okay, this is mine, and I'm projecting out, and I'm experiencing this externally to show me where I'm at, to give me the opportunity for my divinity and my growth. Okay? When we are in the projection state, and we're not in the witness state, and we've allowed the programs to run the show. Okay? The programs, so there are programs in our world, in humanity, in ourselves that we have taken on that are part of these dualistic drama-like experiences where we're projecting outward and we're not taking responsibility. Okay, we're starting wars. We're starting wars. This is where wars start, okay? Where wars start. Because we resist to love. That is why. Because we resist to love the heart, okay? When we remove ourselves from the heart, the sun, man. When we remove ourselves from we open the realms to the monkey mind, the subconscious mind, and those embedded programs from centuries and centuries and centuries that have been put in there to solidify our slavery, slavery of the mind to the systems. Then those programs run through. And they run through. And what's the program for? The programs are to separate and divide. Okay? So we make a choice in our sovereignty. We make a choice to understand this and to say no and to help our brothers and sisters and say no when that shit arises. No, absolutely not. Because in those realms, the more hatred we have for ourselves, okay, the more hatred we have for ourselves, the more we project that outward to the world. And the thing that had triggered the healing is the thing that receives the blame. And so, as we are going through extensive exhilarations in our ascension and growth, you will do this. You will have these experiences with your family and with your friends. Okay? And there has got to be a way that we make a commitment. A commitment to stay in the heart. To stay in the heart. Because within the heart, within the conscious awareness of the heart, these programs can't live. They cannot live. Okay, because they weren't designed for that. They were designed for the ego mind. They were designed for the mind. The mind. Two hemispheres. Okay, duality. Right? It's only as far as this earth. The heart is as vast as infinity. The heart is God. Okay? This works for us to show us and to be able to create in the physical realms and have the experience of planet Earth and to be in these bodies. Okay? It serves us in those realms. But it's also been controlling. There's programs that we have taken on that have been controlling humanity for a very, very, very long time. Okay? So, my ask is that you stay in the witness state, that you witness your emotions as they arise. You stay in your heart. You ask for the opposite of what you feel and what you're trying to achieve. You surrender to feel the feeling in within. To feel it. To love it to death. To love it to death. Okay? And when we love it to death, it illuminates and it starts to shift and change. Okay, and it shows us the vastness of all that it is. And it shows us its counterpart. And there's a blessing within that space. I hope you understand this and I've spoken this well. I would love to have a deeper conversation of this if you're ready. I will say that this has got to be a must for us because we do not have time for drama and vomiting of the projection mind into our work in our tribe. Okay? It's innocent because there's not an awareness of that's even happening. There's no awareness of it because the program is so strong and the witness state has not been committed. There's been no commitment to that. So we must commit. We must absolutely commit. Okay, when you're in the medicine space, if there's no rules, right? Oh, we don't have rules to stay in our seats, right? Then it's a kind of like a free-for-all, right? But we have rules. That's why we have rules. So we stay committed to the work for the betterment of everyone. So everyone has a beautiful experience. Because if it's all about us, right? We're going to look. It's going to be kind of embarrassing. It's going to be a little embarrassing if you know. I mean, It's embarrassing for this person. When I recognized it, I was embarrassed when I was doing that to my mother. I was embarrassed. Good Lord. What an idiot. So, anyway, with deep love, deep respect for our work and what we're doing, also know that this projection will never end until we heal within us, because if the feeling comes up and we keep denying the feeling every single time, then the trigger is going to keep arising and projecting outward. Okay? That's why when it seems like it got worked out, but it just keeps going, it's because it's not being recognized. And that is pride and arrogance. Okay? So there's multiple feelings that are arising for its counterpart. For its counterpart. And they will come out. They'll be right in front of your face when you put them out here. You'll be like, oh, this person needs more humility. Oh, this person, needs this and needs this. Is this person, and this person, and this person. It's not. It's your reflection. This is why we commit to the heart. We commit to the Sufi dance. We commit to seeing in one another's eyes and knowing God, remembering the truth of the divinity of who we are. Of who we are. With so much love and so much respect, I hope this has served you and will bring us forward to a new way and a new commitment and a new level of self-respect and a new level of respect and honor for each other. With my whole heart, I love you. Good morning. It is done, so it is.